Hi there crafters, this is Becca Feekin with Amazing Paper Grays, and today, as promised, I'm back to share with you how to make a flower, and these are called spoon flowers. Now, if you have visited my blog before, you know that I like the easy flower, the no-fail flower, the flower that you can make the same every time, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. The picture that you see in the beginning of the video is one of a wedding dress that I constructed at CHA. I took my sister with me and I told her we needed to make all these flowers and she swore she couldn't do it. But I put this tool in her hands and now she's so happy she can make flowers and it's easy. So on the screen I'm showing you a couple of the projects. I made a card that has 2 flowers on it, and then this one has a cluster of flowers. The flowers are scalable. They go from big to small. It's really up to you. Now just to give you a point of reference, this is my Cinch and Go flower. I have another YouTube video and I've put the details down below. So these flowers are a little bit larger but can still be used on cards. Normally to make flowers you would take a petal and then you would take a tool like this stylus and you would burnish all around it. With these large petals though, that would take forever, and if you have many of them, that would be hard. I knew I needed a hero and so I went looking for one. Well, I didn't have to look far. Then I found it, my hero, my measuring spoons right out of my kitchen. So you're wondering how we use them, and I'm going to make a flower to show you how. I'm using a contour die by Spellbinders. This particular one is called Layered Blooms, and it's different from your flat dies in that it has blades that are encased in this foam. It'll allow you to cut many, and so normally with this flower I would cut 4 at a time. And the machine that I'm using to cut them on is the Spellbinders Platinum machine. What I do is I load up the correct sandwich and then I top off the die that's facing upwards with the paper that I'm going to use. Now, like I said, normally I cut 4. Today I'm cutting 2, but you simply run it through and they fall right out. To get the flowers ready, I'm going to have my silicone mat and I'm going to pull out some water so I can spritz them. And then you're going to spray the flowers and they need to sit in the water for a minute. You don't want them to be soppy, but you want the paper to be able to bend and mold very easily. So I normally dab them in the water, turn them upside down, give them a minute, and then I know they're ready. Now comes the fun part. I've taken my spoons apart and I'm judging which ones I need. The big one, too big. The tiny one, too tiny. I can use those at another time. Right now, all I'm going to use are the 2 in the middle. Basically, you take your spoon and your petal and you mash the petal into the concave part of the spoon and you rotate the petal, and you do that with each part of the petal. It's going to get some creases in there, but no worries there. That's going to give your leaf some character. If you find that the spoon you're working with is too big, then just switch to a smaller spoon, especially if you want your petal to be a little bit more curved. And so I've done that with all the ones I have here. I'm going to be making a large flower. For a large flower, I'm going to need 3 large petals. I'm going to need 2 medium petals and 1 small petal like I have here. To stack, you want to stagger them as you stack them and put glue in between each layer, continuing to stagger them so that you have no gaps. And you simply just add one right on top of the other. Here I do these 2 together. It makes it easier. And then I put my pearl in before I set in the final piece, just because that works easiest for me. Now, once you're done, you will kind of shape it in your hand to give it the curve that you want. You can get this looking a little bit more compact if you just cradle it in your palm, or if you want it to spread out, just spread it out a little bit. And these stay pretty symmetrical, but they also have a little bit of a random quality to them. That's what we like about flowers. And so you can see that the one I made is similar to the ones that I had in this cluster on this card caddy project that I did. That brings us to the end. I hope you liked the video. And if you do, just check like below so that I can continue to produce the same type of content for you. Thanks so much for stopping by, and be sure that you subscribe to www.amazingpapergrace.com.